Hello and welcome to Opinions Plus. Nick Fuentes, a election denier, white nationalist, quite popular, I believe, in certain circles, made a clip on his podcast show about 2 weeks ago that he felt betrayed by Mr. Trump because Mr. Trump, on another podcast to this Les Freeman, another right-wing podcaster, said that he lost by a whisker. Well, that hit Mr. Fuentes hard. He went on about so many things, passionate statements, but basically he was hurt. He was betrayed. He was betrayed by his mentor, by his exemplar. I'm not sure what Mr. Trump is to people. I find him hollow and shallow and of little intellectual value. He's crude, vulgar. He cheats, steals. He's a convicted felon. Sexual assault, all these things against Mr. Trump, which frankly, one wonders why it all happened now. And legitimately, there's concerns by people that say, because they can't make the connections on all these things, election interference and all that stuff. Well, he's been going on for years like this. He ripped off, like that Trump University scam. $25 million he had to pay out to people who you ripped off. But he's got money. He's got lawyers. Money and lawyers go hand in hand. They talk the talk. They massage the understandings that come out. It's not a black and white thing. It never is in these things, especially when there's quote-unquote settlements, because you never get all the facts. Even people who do things because of righteous reasons end up signing these confidential settlements which say I can't say anything about it. Can't say how much it is. I can't say what it's about. I can't say what they agreed to and all this other stuff. So you have nothing to go on except the fact that there was a settlement, which you assume that there's a negative outcome by, in this case, Mr. Trump, for New York University, for all the other issues that he's been charged with, ripping off the government for tax evasion and other things. But there's so many things. And Mr. Fuentes ignored all those. But he got hurt by that one simple statement. We lost by a whisker. So all the election stuff was a lie. If that was a lie, was everything else a lie? He's been shown to lie. People lie. People deceive. It's a continuous thing. But if you listen to him, Mr. Fuentes, he was really, really impacted. And therefore others were really, really impacted by it. But many don't care. And it's the mystery of Mr. Trump and his charlatanism. Many don't care what he says, what he does. Everything is against him. He's the most persecuted man on earth. And as he said, more than Christ. He uses these things. He uses the vulnerabilities of people, the weaknesses and the psyches of individuals to ingratiate himself in some mysterious way. I don't know how that works. I feel that it's a threat. It's a threat to our society because of the weaknesses and the division that has been going on for a long, long time. All these presidential elections in the past have been tight ones. There's no major movement, oh, I'm all for this, I'm all for that. Money talks. Advertising talks. Do people know really what they're voting for? Whether it's Harris or Trump? In many things, you know what Trump stands for. And if you believe is demagoguery, if you believe that you want an authoritarian, a dictator, and a man who will just abuse and use and persecute because he's vengeful, said it straight up. Everybody knows it. If that's what you want, you have to think about the consequences of that, as Mr. Fuentes did after he heard that one simple statement. We lost by a whisker. Mr. Fuentes apparently has lost financially. He's been targeted in a variety of ways, and lawsuits and other things. I mean, he's a very aggressive man, articulate man, intelligent man. Yet he says, oh, I'm an adult, I made my decision. Well, you made your decision based on a lie. You believed the lie. So obviously you should be upset. You should be concerned. You should feel the betrayal. He left you hanging high and dry. And then what does he do? He changes his tune. As soon as they find out, he doesn't care what he says. He'll say anything. People will believe it. Why? I do not understand. And I've heard this thing so many times, what if Harris says it? What if Obama says it? What if Biden says the same thing that Trump does? Wow, they'd held to a different standard. Why? Have to ask yourself that. Well, Mr. Fuentes started to ask himself that. And I don't think he could come up with an answer for himself. He was caught up in the moment. He was caught up in the lie because he wanted to hear the lie, apparently. It's the desire in us to override, to become dominant, to dominate, to hate. There's no answer. You just have to recognize it and work against it. We all go to the good. We have to. And Mr. Fuentes, I hope, is going to the good. I hope he uses this as a stepping stone to somewhere else, some betterment. Not the hate that he has, but I've listened to little bits and pieces of his discourse. He's an intelligent human being. Many people are that, go against the good, go against decency, go against the honorable issues, because they think differently than those who oppose them. I don't know how they think. I'm not here to discuss that. But to elevate the awareness that these things change people. They change them for the bad, as Mr. Fuentes said, to a better place when recognition of the truth comes out. Now, did he go back again after a good night's sleep, after, stating what he stated? I don't know. But it shows you people can change. Everybody can change. Once you understand the goodness and the decency and the righteous way to go. In other words, what? Go to the good. Mr. Fuentes has a chance to do that. Is he going there? I don't know. I don't follow him. I don't care to follow him. But I hope so. I hope we all go to the good. It's just an example presented at this time and in this place to help educate us all to become better people, more aware, more discerning, more critical thinking, more able, more decent, more honorable. Go to the good. Keep hope alive. That's what we have to do. Thanks for listening. If you like what you heard, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment. Always comment. People need to hear your thoughts. Good, bad, and different. Put them down. They're your thoughts. Share them. And send it on to someone if you think it has some value to someone. Have a good day. Again, keep hope alive, and always go to the good.